think one of the really interesting things to me about the song Collide in particular is that it was really the catalyst for the whole rest of the record. We've been together for 10 years in a music sense, and never once had we written a song together. I think there was part of each of us that was a little bit afraid to enter that territory because we had such a unique friendship that I don't think we wanted to somehow taint that, if that makes any sense. And in the sense that if the writing didn't go well, what would that mean?
Right.
But I think that was just a real lame attempt at just not realizing the reality of the fact that you bring so much to the table musically, and I bring my own gifts to the table musically. It was bound to be a perfect match, and as it turned out, in my mind, it really was. And so we sat down with that song Collide, and before it was called Collide, and Gabe had a guitar part that he was playing that just instantly evoked an emotion in me that spoke directly to where I was in my life.
I had written that part maybe 6 months prior and had worked on that song with another writer in town, and we got maybe halfway through a song and sort of abandoned it. And Lebo and I were sitting in a room, and I said, "Hey, here's a part. I still really like it. I think you need to write a song to it."
Right.
And we did.
The question began for me of saying, well, how long do I wait, God? And then this is a prayer. How long do I wait in this place where I don't feel love? I'm willing love every day. I'm choosing love every day. And although that's, I know, a noble call, how long do we wait before God reignites something in us that becomes profound again? And because what I tend to do when I don't feel love is I start to try to create ways to feel it. I start building up all these kingdoms, whether it's music, whether it's relationships, whether even good and healthy relationships with my wife, with my kids, all of those things. I start to live in those things and suddenly realize that all of those things are temporal. How long do we watch those kingdoms fall, and how many more kingdoms do we build before we finally settle into a place where we allow, as the song says, grace and gravity to collide for the first time, where that knowledge and that choice of love and that absolute feeling and overwhelming emotion of love collide. And that's really where the song was written from.